During this particular winter season, more spots in here, and we will have, like the winter festival point, small winter festival points, not only in the center, but almost in every district of Moscow. There will be the place on the squares, just where you can spend your time, see a lot of artists over there, make some winter games over there or winter sport activities over there, and that's our ambition to promote the time our people spend outside. Yes, we are expecting the rise of China tourism, and we do our best to show our generosity and our hospitality for the tourists. I think, as I mentioned before, Moscow is very safe and really deep. See your own Moscow.
In the first half of 2024, Moscow saw a big boost in tourism, with visitors from non-CIS countries jumping by 70% compared to last year. Chinese tourists lead the way, with 190,000 visiting the city, a 2.4 times more than the same period in 2023. And with 98 flights a week between Moscow and China, further linking the travelers from the two nations. So what makes Moscow such a fascinating destination? And what's the city doing to attract even more international visitors? Evgeny Kozlov, acting first deputy head of the Moscow Mayor and Government Office, chairman of the Tourism Committee of the City of Moscow, shared his thoughts with us.
Five fingers, five keywords. Thank you for this question. You are quite right. You may not describe the Moscow in one word, really. As I told before, that's the universe of different experience you may choose and open for you here in Moscow. But to summarize them, we can say that Moscow is a really modern city, very innovative, modern and innovative. Then Moscow is very entertainable. You may find anything you want to have to spend your time here in Moscow. Then Moscow is really cultural. Moscow, the mix of many cultures which comes from the past and looks to the future of our state. Then Moscow is really historical. We have hundreds of years the development of history. Then, of course, it is comfortable. As for now, it is really comfortable to live in and to visit for. Also, the Red Square and the district around the Red Square, the historical center of Red Square. Then it's a really effect that we have the great park of history and park of all our economic and political achievements, like the destination within park. We called it the exhibition of our economic destinations. We have the same. You have the same park in Beijing, like the sister project in here, and maybe you may know the history of Soviet Union, the history of all the achievements of the past, and now it is the achievement of the plans for the future in this VDHR, yes, unit point in here. Also, you may see the great park just in the center of Moscow, and you see, maybe you may see as I mentioned before, in Moscow during the winter is the really calm weather, and it is comfortable to have a walk, and you may choose all the streets near the center to see how it is very well decorated. So it's not a particular point to visit, but to walk all around the center, because every building and every light is unique in here. travel tip. It's just to use your warm clothes to come to Moscow. Yes. And please don't forget to use your smartphone as the interpreter and the translator to communicate with the people, because not many people, as for now, speak Chinese, but many of them still speak English, and you may use your phone just to navigate and communicate. That's the second point. Third hint is just taste new. Everything is very tasteful in Moscow. You may go to any restaurant, to any cafe, to any fast food point to get your own feelings for tasting new food. It is really tasty. So I may advise to open the same different type of tastes for Russian cuisine, for Chinese people. And please go to our museum with the great exhibitions, which are, as for now, as usual, opened for any tourist. To have a walk with my family. During this particular winter season, more sports in here. And we will have, like the winter festival point, small winter festival points, not only in the center, but almost in every district of Moscow, there will be the place on the squares, just where you can spend your time, see a lot of artists over there, make some winter games over there or winter sport activities over there. And that's our ambition to promote the time our people spend outside. Yes, we are expecting the rise of Chinese tourists, and we do our best to show our generosity and our hospitality for the tourists. I think, as I mentioned before, Moscow is very safe and really deep. See your own Moscow. We don't really know the particular motivation point in which Chinese citizens prefer Moscow for the personal use. In whole, we understand the culture. We understand the safety point. We understand the gastronomic point. But still, we need to understand more the motivators for every particular person to give more personalized experience for everyone, not only to travel in a group, but also for individual travelers. And one of our priorities to give more information, more tourist products for individual tourists. So we work with C3 platform in order to allow people who want to visit Moscow to construct their own customer journey way via C-Trip to collect the basic sightseeing you may want to visit, to advise good restaurant. After that, we will, make some kind of research. What are the motivators? What are the barriers? Some kind of marketing research. Then we will make a new promotion, new tourist marketing instruments, and new products to activate the individual tourists, firstly, to come to Moscow. And I hope that will result and we will expect more tourists. China tourists want to learn a lot. They are very intensive in their schedule. All the time they're in a busy. Yes, they may go to 4 or 5 different places within a day, with small stops between them, because they want to see every detail in that. I may just, maybe from my point of view, I may just give you the advice. Please be a little bit more slower, relax, yes, calmer, to see the nice of Moscow. We told it before about the navigation in Chinese. Then we have, as for now, our people who work in tourism industry and hospitality sphere know how to use modern IT technology to communicate with not only with Chinese tourists, but from every tourist who come all over the world. Then we have the special China-friendly program here in Moscow, so the businesses from China may know which place are there to attract China tourists. And we promote business to study more, to understand the mentality, the culture, the way to make the consumption of these particular sites. So to give the wider opportunity, wider number of places to visit for. We should work as a global team with all our partners, with our partners in other regions of Russia, and with the partners in BRICS countries. Only this way we can use the increase of mutual tourist flow, and we see the space of trust, of mutual trust among us. So I think we should just believe in each other and work with each other. And economic figures will come to a success.